I can't believe it. I've done it. I figured out how to Skype with someone. This is amazing. All right, let's see if we can actually get this guy on the phone here. Our friend Jeff Sanchez.
Yes, sir.
Jeff,
What's up?
bro, I don't even know where to begin. I am so proud and excited for you. So what happened? Tell our people what happened today.
I got the lease today.
You got a free
Yes, sir.
laundromat.
Correct.
How, look, when I get new students, it's always, hey, how quickly can I do this? And I say, I don't know. You're somewhere between tomorrow and never.
That's right.
How long have we been working on this?
Roughly, well, close to 2 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder I like you so much.
Yeah. Maybe 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
18 months.
Yep.
So now, look, I wanted to do this Skype. I wanted to get your face on here because you've been on other channels, and you've sort of let your wonderfulness hang out there, and I can appreciate that. And I'm going to start to look. I'm closing leases almost every day, and so I want to get this out and not send the camera crews out, not do what I've done for 15 years, and have these shiny videos. It's YouTube, so people want to see stuff like this. So thank you very much. It took us a minute to get it set up, and now I don't really know anything about it. So the lease has come over, and I want to tell you what I tell all the students in this position. I'm not an attorney. I don't play one on television. You should get an attorney to look over the lease. That said, as your friend, I'll tell you that you don't need an attorney to look over a commercial lease, if that makes sense. I learned that the hard way. So when I got my first commercial, my second or third laundromat, and the lease was literally written on a piece of paper. It was a Korean landlady, and it was like 5 pages. So I gave it to my attorney, my contract attorney, and he took a week or so and he sent it back. He charged me $5,000 and he turned it into like 24 pages. So I met her at the bank so we could get it signed. And she said, I know sign this. And I was like, oh no. I said, well, excuse me. I went out in the parking lot and I called my attorney. And I said, she won't sign it. And he goes, oh, she wants to sign that original 5-page handwritten on a cocktail napkin? Great, sign that. I was like, what the F did I just pay you for? So lesson learned, and I have this conversation with everyone who does this through me, and now it's going to be out there for the masses. But you don't need, they can't take away your firstborn son if you don't pay the rent, and that's probably what you're mostly concerned. I know there's a lot going on. Tell me, if you don't mind, how do you feel right now?
Bittersweet, honestly. It's been a long journey. I'm happy that we got here. I'm happy that you helped me get here. But as you know, my brother recently passed away.
Yeah.
And I wish he was here to join in this happiness.
Right.
But I know he's looking down on us, and he's very happy for us. But bittersweet. Bittersweet.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
The 18 months thing, it's kind of, people buy these stores every day, and you get that, you understand it. If you stick with this, yes, it might happen in a day, it might happen in a week, it might happen in a month. It's not luck. Nothing about this has to do with luck. Nothing about it. It's just finding the appropriate deal. You could call it timing, you could call it kismet, but there's no luck to any of this. It's the fact that I'm putting people in these stores, and it's not that you don't have the money to go out and purchase a laundromat, it's that you never should.
Correct.
So this is the call regarding your actual physical lease that you have in an email, and you can sign the thing tomorrow, but tell me what your concerns are. What did you highlight?
I highlighted a couple of things. Let me get in here. Okay. First thing I noticed is Section 1, Item E, they put permitted use hair salon.
Okay, so that's just, it's good that you noticed that, and this is also very telling. This is why I always ask my student to go through the lease line by line and tell me what they saw. I probably would have missed that. They missed that.
Right.
But it's also extremely telling when you go back to them and say, hey, dummy, this is your boilerplate lease, and I ain't a hair salon.
Right.
You follow? So it's nothing really. It's just an error where they took a standard boilerplate lease from God knows how long ago, and they started.
Just forgot to change it.
They just forgot to change it. No big. Unless you want to run a hair salon, that's kind of cool. Leave it there.
No, I'm good.
All right, next item.
Next item, Item G in Section 1.
How many pages is the lease, by the way? Really important.
It is. Give me 1 second. It's 20 pages.
I love it.
Yeah,
you've probably heard me in your travels and following me on my YouTube and everything else through the years. You get a 75-page lease, look out. There's no reason for 75 pages in a commercial lease.
Yeah.
Like my attorney told me, oh, it's 5 pages, sign it. Run away. Less is more for us, the tenant. 75 pages, what are they writing? You know, what happens on day 1? We do this. Day 2, day 3. So a 20-page lease is brilliant. That's really good.
Right. And I think the last few pages is blank.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
They ran out of thoughts.
Yeah. This next one's a big one. Months 1 through 6, rent abated. Months 7 through 12, $1,200 a month. That wasn't what we agreed on.
Okay. So
they agreed to a 90-day rent abatement period to commence once all equipment ordered was installed and operational, not to exceed 9 months after the lease execution.
Brilliant. And I remember that. That was a lot of back and forth. Bro, we're going to get to the champagne here in a second. All you need to do on that, it's extremely telling because they forgot that you're not a hair salon. And then the next line, they forgot the addendum that we created. So just let them know, this isn't a fight. This thing is done. It's over. That's easy. You just say, hey, you forgot the addendum. And they already wrote it up. So send it back line for line and they'll include it.
Perfect. All right. Item J, they're just giving the address of where to send payment. But I guess my question is, would they accept electronic payment?
Sure. Yeah, that's again, standard boilerplate stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And here we go. I was expecting this. Security deposit.
Here we go.
$500. My note to you is it's low, but let's try to get this scratched or put towards future rent.
Yeah, dude. You've seen me. You know how I operate. Bro, $500. I love you for even bringing it up because a lot of my students would say, I'm just going to pay it. I don't want to rock the boat. It's $500.
Yeah, scratch it.
It's $500. Scratch it. We'll get it taken out. Scratch it. Now, we're going to make this call. Let's call them tomorrow because it's very late right now. And I'm an idiot. I couldn't figure out how to get the Skype working. So it's very late, especially New Jersey time.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's no worries. I'm a night owl.
Yeah, same. I haven't even had a beer yet. So what we're going to do is call them tomorrow.
Okay.
And you know how I operate. Tell me.
Yeah.
The lease is done.
It's done.
They've made the decision to give you the lease and they throw that deposit in there. And like we say, we've always got an out. We'll call up and say, hey, everything looks, and it's great because we have these little things. Oh, it's not a hair salon. Ha, ha, ha. We'll all laugh. And then I'll say, by the way, your boilerplate lease also has a deposit. Just scratch that. And he'll probably be like, if they really balk about it, we'll say put it towards future rent.
That's it.
Then
I'm fine with that.
You've got yourself a free store. So,
all right.
This is
the other thing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
One little thing. Section 3.2, sales records. Tenant hereby agrees to maintain adequate records conforming to generally accepted accounting practices, showing all of the gross sales at, in, from, and upon the lease premise for each year or fractional year during.
You're just going to line through that.
Okay. Yeah. My issue is this going to be used
Oh,
against
dude,
me?
you're not going to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not
That's
going to do that.
ridiculous.
That is,
Yeah. Yeah.
again, the term boilerplate. That's just something
Yeah.
that way back when some really kooky lease agreements will actually have a deal where the landlord gets, the rent goes up depending on what you earn, or the landlord gets a
Right.
percentage of profit,
Right.
or really it does behoove tenants in some businesses where,
Yeah.
let's say we have a pandemic, God forbid, or
Yeah.
there's an act of God and they can't pay the rent. So that's why they do that. They want you to have your
Oh,
accounting
okay.
practices in
Yeah.
place. And it actually could benefit the tenant, not only the landlord. But in this case, you're literally going to line through it. I want you
Okay.
to email
Perfect.
me all of those items so that when we call, I can just say, bip, 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 bip. And
Yeah.
by the way, and
Yeah.
we save the deposit for last.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's it. That's the only thing that I saw in there. Everything's pretty standard boilerplate.
We've never met.
Mm.
I consider you a friend.
Likewise, brother.
And I mean, I can't, having worked with you for so long, and we make our weekly calls, and then sometime, I don't hear from you for a couple of weeks, and I'm thinking something must be wrong, and your brother. And, mom gets sick or whatever else. I mean, you're about to enter into a life-changing money universe. And I couldn't be prouder of you, really.
Oh, man. I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you, man.
I really couldn't have done it without you. So,
well,
thank you.
It means a lot.
Thank you, man.
All champagne is from France.
Oh, man.
And so you and I are going to share this bottle together, my friend.
Oh.
And there will be many additional gifts as well. Get some rest. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Yes. And I don't know what else to say. We're going to get this thing wrapped up, and immediately you need to be after more stores. That's what this is all about.
Oh, no question. No question.
But
before that, the fun part, dealing with the distributors.
Right. Yeah, that's next. And I don't go, I don't go anywhere. The distributors, this is the way that this works. Step one, sign the long-term lease. Then and only then you go at every single distributor, Hips, Wascomat, ADC, Dexter. You go straight at them saying, not, hey, I'm thinking about maybe might someday get into this business. Instead, you're saying, I'm Jeff Sanchez. I own a laundromat. So you'd better come correct with your pricing. It's that
story.
On the back of the lease, you now become a qualified buyer for said equipment. It's amazing. They know it. When you're making those calls, they're saying, oh, wow, this guy's about to buy equipment. It's either from us or our competitors. We'd better do it right. It changes everything.
Right. And there's a lot of them down there.
I don't want to turn the frown upside down with this or scratch that, reverse it. I don't want to get ugly with this call with the distributors. But yes, as you well know, I'm here with you through the process.
I hear you.
I can't tell you how many of my friends end up, we're talking on Christmas Day because we want to, not because we have to. But all right, I'm blathering on. I'm excited for you. This is real cash money, dude. Get ready to get your fingers dirty.
Know. Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm not going to start
Thanks,
balling
brother.
here. All right. Goodbye.
All right, man. Bye.
Love that guy.